So I wanted to do a tour of Cottonwood Campground because when I was researching my trip here, I could find very little of the layout of Cottonwood. Cottonwood is on the north rim, halfway up the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and it's a beautiful site. It's about 6.5. Well, the sign says 6.5, but when I came there were some detours, so it was closer to 7.5. And it's a little different than the map that was on my Gaia or All Trails app. But so about 7.5 miles from Phantom Ranch, and about 16 miles from South Kaibab Trailhead, which is what I did yesterday. Actually, I ended up doing about 16.4 yesterday, but that was because I took a couple offshoot trails. So this is the ranger station, and the time of year that I'm here, the water is not turned on, and so if you're going to filter water turned off until middle to the end of May when the North Rim opens. So there's a ranger station, and if you're going to filter water, then you can come down, and there is, see, normally they have drinking water here, but there's this trail that takes you down to a really nice filter spot where you can sit by the creek down here and soak your feet, which I'm probably going to do a little bit later. I'm taking a day. I'm going to hike some up the North Rim today, but then when it gets hot, I'm going to come down here and soak my feet. You don't want to go in too far there because you get the water's running pretty quick right now. I don't know how fast it runs in the summertime or near the end of summer. I imagine a lot of this is from the snow runoff coming from the North Rim. There's still quite a bit of snow up there. But it looks to me like they do some activities sometimes, or I'm not sure why they have these benches down here, but I bet it's a little different place in the summer. Anyway, we'll come back up here. Lots of green, love that. Yesterday when I came in, it was about 87 down at Phantom Ranch. It is at the end of April right now, and I made the mistake of hiking afternoon up the trail. So the trail starts off gorgeous from Phantom Ranch, but then you walk through this gorge for the last 4-5 miles of it, and the sun just comes down and bakes. It creates an oven because the sun's just heating both sides of the gorge, and it was so hot, and the water was running too fast. So here's the restrooms. They're basically just pit toilets, and there are 4 of them up there. They do have locks. They're pretty clean. Come on up. I was very happy to see Cottonwood yesterday. I had to stop and filter a couple places because of how fast the creek is right now. There were not a lot of places to filter, and so I was running very low on water. If I had it to do over again, I would probably spend a little more time at Phantom Ranch and wait until much later in the afternoon to start my hike up here. So here's the group campsites, 7 or more. And then you start getting to the regular sites. And they're very secluded. I was surprised by that. So this is 11, and so I can tell, you're supposed to put your pass in these clear boxes here. And I was really surprised. I didn't come down here to this one yet. But I was surprised at how secluded these things were. Lizard. I've seen lots of little lizards around here. So this one's right out in the sun. Gorgeous view though, but that would be hot in the afternoon. I've got a little bit of shade in mine, which I'll show you here in a little bit. I'm at campsite 5. Only problem with mine, there are lots of flies and lots of mosquitoes. Lots of mosquitoes. That was the other thing I tried to look at when I was researching this trip, to see if there were a lot of bugs. So I was wondering if I needed to bring my net, my face net. And everybody said, no bugs, no bugs. But here's a place. So when the water turned on, there's a place for drinking water. And signs. You get this, all the warning information, rattlesnakes, and so just the signs there. I'm sure you can find all that information. I haven't seen any snakes, so but they apparently are around. That was another thing on YouTube. I would have expected to see a lot more videos. The site is pretty empty right now. This is a nice site. Look at that. That one's got lots of shade. Could actually move my stuff down there, carry it down. That's a really nice one. That's 10. Here's 8 and 9. I'm just staying here one night, or 2 nights rather. One more night. So there again. So that one goes back there, and here's 8. These are pretty nice sites. When I got in yesterday, there were not a ton of them left. They've been pretty full. I'm here at the beginning of Easter weekend. So here's 7. So everybody cleared out of here this morning. A lot of people do come here and stay and finish up the North Rim and then back down, so they stay 2 nights. They all have these food boxes. This is good because the critters will attack your food. And lots of critters. Little ones. Little bears. So the views though, everywhere, just amazing. There's 6 over there, and then here's me. I'm not going to move, that would be silly, but I'm heading out of here early, probably before sunlight in the morning. So I'm going up the Bright Angel Trail tomorrow from here. That looks like it's going to be close to 18 miles. So they have all these all over the place. They have these things to hang your backpacks, keep them up off the ground, which is kind of nice. Oh, that's the other thing. So the ground is really hard packed. I managed to get stakes in, 2 of them, but I recommend, unless you have a freestanding tent, this is a semi-freestanding, but I recommend these things. The ground is really hard, and I imagine it's only going to get harder. I got these on Amazon. They are tent tools, and you just put rocks in them, and they instead of having to stake it down for the hard packed ground, that's something I definitely would recommend considering. It's hard to get those stakes in, and if you don't have good stakes, or if you're not careful, then they'll bend. You'll ruin your tent stakes. Ground is pretty hard, and it's all dirt, so there's no grass to set up on or anything. Like I said, the sites are all very secluded. It's kind of nice. Somebody's still here. I think this was maybe the family that I hiked down with yesterday. They were going on up. They had young kids, and they were heading on up to the North Rim today. I was surprised. So, but, and that's pretty much the end of Cottonwood. And the North Kaibab Trail continues on up, and you head up to the North Rim, way up there. So, anyway, that's Cottonwood Campground at Grand Canyon. Oh wait, there's more site there.